Hi guys, Scouting Woodworker here, and on today's video we're going to make a workshop folding workbench. Reason being, as you're well aware, my workshop is absolutely tiny. Being a UK garage, you can barely fit a car in. So the idea being, when it's not in use, it folds down, so I got workspace in the middle. If I want to bring out a table saw, if it's raining and I want to work inside, I've got plenty of space. Or if I'm doing a project, I can raise it up and I've got access to a nice big area. And then future videos, I'll show you how I put some shelving up and a workstation for all my tools to hang on. So stick around and see how I do it. Start by measuring. I'm going to have it 51 inches. The reason being, I can do it between these two concrete pillars and also incorporate these two in the middle. These are much thicker and I can screw straight into that, whereas this is very thin at only about an inch, inch and a half. Then my cross brace will go in, and I could screw in the piece of plywood that I'm going to have as a table bench. And then what I need to do is work out the height. So the height is sort of governed by my table saw. The reason being, when I'm doing cuts on it, I can push it onto the workbench or use the workbench as a support. So my table saw is 41 inches high. Now I want to have it a bit lower. The reason being, at some point, I want to incorporate these rollers so I can make a little workstation, put these on the workbench, so when I push the cut through, it will go onto the rollers for ease. So, once I've got my measurements sorted, let's transfer them onto the 3/4 inch plywood, and then I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut it out. Okay, got my cross piece up against the wall. Idea being now, when it's level, I'm going to mark 2 holes where it's a pre-drill. I can pre-drill straight into this, mark it, change the bit over, put some wall plugs in and attach this to the wall. Okay, 2x4 is attached to the wall. Got my worktop bench. Now what I'm going to do is, using 2x4s, make a simple box frame around the outside using pocket holes just to strengthen this, and then we can attach it. Okay, so line these up, pocket holes in there to secure it. Special Craig screws, which is like a square head. They supply you a drill bit, otherwise it doesn't attach. So place these in, make sure it's level, screw them in. Okay, we now have our nice square frame, so simply line it up on the workbench, measure 2 inches in from these sides to make it sure it's square, and then I'm measuring 5 inches in from this side, so when I put the bracket on and the hinges, it doesn't collide with the 2x4 on the wall. So simply do that, screw it to the workbench. Okay then. Get this assembled. You can see I've attached the frame. done, so it should look something like that. Now what I'm going to do is attach the hinges underneath, and I'll worry about the legs after. Okay, so what I've done, I've found 3 of these hinges in my odds box. So what I'm going to do is attach one in the middle and one either side, like so. Pre-drill the holes, add some small screws, and then that should fold down nicely. So my hinges are attached. Now what I'm going to do, I've cut some 2x4 to length for 2 legs. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to screw through into here and hopefully attach them. Okay, and here we have it. I made a slight alteration in relation to the legs. I put hinges on instead of bolts. The hinge on the legs works a lot better, I thought, than the bolts, because the legs being too long, so when I folded them up they were hitting the wall, so now they fold widthways. I'll show you now. Okay, as you can see, hinges there, so I'm going to let the table down, simply fold them up, and then when it comes up you simply fold. I pull out the table, there we have it. Nice shop table, folds down nice and neatly, out of the way, just how I wanted it. At a later point I'm going to come back and add in that meter ruler. I'm going to sink it into the plywood a little bit so it's nice and smooth finish. Not quite sure how to finish it off, as in varnish, stain, wax, so I've left it clear for now. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest. Any feedback, leave in the comments below, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. More projects coming soon. Thank you.